Earth has exactly 70 years of viability left. To ensure humanity survives its expiration date, we built Ark-1, a massive, specialized colonization ship loaded with passengers and pointed toward the planet Proxima B. The voyage starts perfectly, right up until a catastrophic mechanical failure rips through the hull. An entire section of the vessel is violently destroyed, and the remaining crew is jolted out of stasis a full year ahead of schedule. The immediate result of the disaster is a total power vacuum. The commanding officers are dead or missing in the wreckage. Command suddenly falls onto the shoulders of a lower-ranking, untested lieutenant named Sharon, who now has to manage a terrified and disoriented crew. In deep space, malfunctions rarely kill instantly. Instead, they trigger chain reactions. Fixing one system destabilizes another, causing hazards to branch out. Notice how this reorganizes? Survival becomes a sequential war against human needs, resting on the absolute foundation: air. Waking up a year early means the ship's food rations are dangerously short. They power up the farm, the electricity overloads, the life support crashes, and the oxygen drops. This is exactly the moment you need your life support officer, but the officer, Jasper, is nowhere to be found. The security team has to physically hunt him down in the lower decks just to get him to work on the failing air supply. When they finally drag him up to the deck, he refuses to help. Instead, he confesses that he isn't actually Jasper. He is an imposter who bribed his way onto the Ark-1 because he didn't trust the 70-year timeline for Earth's collapse and wanted a guaranteed seat on the lifeboat. Before Lieutenant Sharon can interrogate him to find out who else might have bribed their way aboard, someone sneaks into his holding area and slits his throat. The mechanical oxygen failure reveals a much deeper rot. The isolated society responsible for repairing Ark-1 is actively turning on itself. The crew is now trapped in a vacuum with an unknown killer and a growing paranoia that the person working next to them might be an imposter. The murder investigation directly triggers the next crisis on the pyramid. Security finds the killer's blade shoved into a main plumbing pipe, which ruptures the line and catastrophically drains the entirety of the ship's remaining water supply straight into the floor. This chart projects their exact inventory against maximum rationing protocols. The math is absolute. Even if everyone barely drinks, the entire crew will reach a zero-balance state and die of dehydration within 96 hours. With no margin for error, the crew develops a high-risk engineering solution. They track a massive, fast-moving comet passing near the ship and plan to manually land on it to mine its frozen water reserves. Two daring crew members, James and Eva, manage to navigate the terrifying descent and lock on to the rugged ice and successfully extract enough frozen water to pull the ship back from the brink of dehydration. Human ingenuity solved the raw resource deficit. But drilling into an unexamined celestial body introduces a variable that their mechanical filters were never designed to catch: native biological hazards. The crew drinks the freshly harvested comet water and immediately begins suffering from intense, incapacitating mass hallucinations. On this cellular model, the doctor identifies the problem. The extraterrestrial compound binds directly to human neuroreceptors, acting like LSD. But on the right, Sharon experiences zero hallucinations. The compound fails to bind because she is a genetically modified clone, engineered to withstand deep space. The medical team extracts Sharon's unique immune blood, synthesizes a rapid antidote, and flushes it through the main water supply to sober up the crew. But the revelation of her genetics sparks an immediate crisis of leadership. A crewman named Spencer attempts to launch a mutiny. He argues to the ship's council that a synthetic, lab-created entity has no business deciding the fate of the last surviving humans. The council hears his argument and rejects it entirely. In a pure survival scenario where every hour brings a new mechanical or biological disaster, a track record of effective crisis management holds far more weight than human purity. Trying to make up for the time lost to these constant emergencies, the engineering team pushes the volatile fuel system past its safety limits. The core overheats, triggering a massive, highly radioactive leak in the engine room. The ship's automatic lockdown protocols immediately trigger. The heavy bulkheads slam shut, sealing the entire area and trapping crucial engineering personnel directly inside the rapidly expanding radiation zone. The only way to stop the leak and save the ship is to manually pull an override lever located deep inside the irradiated room. Whoever goes inside will absorb a lethal dose of radiation. It is a guaranteed suicide mission. The man who steps forward to volunteer is Baylor. During the chaos of the mutiny, Baylor had confessed that he was the one who slit Jasper's throat. He killed him to cover up the fact that he too was a selfish imposter who had bribed his way aboard. Baylor puts on a heavy protective suit, walks straight into the deadly radiation field, and pulls the override lever to seal the core. He collapses to the floor and dies almost immediately. Ark 1 fought off deep space using agricultural science, comet mining, and synthetic genetics. But the cascading failures were only stopped because a deeply flawed, terrified imposter chose to make a completely selfless sacrifice.